In today's video, we shall look at a problem that illustrates how a moving charge reacts to an electric field. Let's look at the following problem. In figure below, an electron is projected along the axis midway between two plates with an upward electric field of 6500 Newton per Coulomb. So that red dot there is the electron. These are the two plates, and you have electric field between the two plates in an upward direction. This is the axis midway between the two plates. The initial speed of the electron while it is entering the electric field region is 8.2 times 10 to the power 6 meter per second. So that is the initial speed. Part A. How far below the axis has the electron traveled when it reaches the end of the plates? So as you can see, the electron will get deflected the moment it enters the field region. And it gets deflected like that, and then it goes in a straight line, because beyond that region there is no electric field, so it would go in a straight line without any deflection. Part A asks us to calculate how far below the axis has the electron moved when it reaches the end of the plates, so that means the distance L. Part B says at what angle theta, measured with respect to the axis, is the electron moving as it leaves the plates. So that is the angle between that straight path and the axis. The axis is horizontal, so we can measure the angle also with respect to that purplish dotted line. So that is the theta that we want to calculate. And finally, how far below the axis will it strike the screen S? So this entire distance, little l plus little h. So what I'm going to do, first we are going to set the axis. So that is the y-axis. The x-axis would coincide with the white dotted line, like that. So that is your x-axis. Of course, it should extend all the way, like that, from the initial entry point of the electron. So that is the origin of that coordinate system. So from here, it is clear that L represents the y-coordinate, or the vertical distance traveled by the electron in the same time as it travels a horizontal distance of 6 centimeters. So we need to figure out what that time is. We know the speed of the electron is that, so x equals to speed of the electron times the time of flight. If x is 6 centimeters, you can convert that into meter, times 10 to the power minus 2. The speed is 8.2 times 10 to the power 6 times the time of flight. And you can determine the time of flight. When I say the time of flight, it's time taken by the electron to go from here all the way to there. Solving for capital T, you'll get the following number, 7.3 times 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. As we have noted earlier, this is also the time taken by the electron to fall a vertical distance of L. Why is it falling? Well, we're dealing with a negative charge. Electric field is going upward, so the force will push it downward. And the magnitude of that force is the magnitude of that charge, in this case the electron, times the electric field. Since by Newton's second law, it also equals to m times a, where a is the acceleration, you see you can get the acceleration as the charge strength times electric field over the mass. This acceleration is constant. So that means we have to use the kinematics principle in order to solve for that falling distance. Which kinematics equation should we use? Well, that is the kinematics equation that relates the distance, in this case the falling vertical distance y, to acceleration and time. So half acceleration times time squared plus the initial vertical speed times the same time, u sub y. However, we know initially the electron is going purely in a horizontal direction. So it doesn't have the y component to its initial velocity, so that goes away. When this y is this little l, the t is the capital T that we have already determined, with acceleration being that. So you see L equals to half acceleration is q e over m capital T squared. So let's put everything together to get the answer for part A. L equals to half. The charge of the electron is 1.602 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Electric field is given to be 6,500 newtons per coulomb over the mass of the electron is 9.11 times 10 to the power minus 31 kg. And capital T is 7.3 times 10 to the power minus 9 squared. Doing the calculation, you get the following answer for that falling distance L, 0.03 meter or 3 centimeters. So that is the answer for part A. Now let's look at part B. You want to determine this angle theta. Now this can be determined using the information on components of velocity. At that point, when the electron is getting out the electric field region, it may be traveling with that speed at that direction. So that is the x component of that velocity, which is indeed that number, because that does not change. Electron does not feel any force in a horizontal direction. What changes is the vertical component of the speed. So this is what you need to determine. If you can determine that, then this angle theta can be calculated. So what is v sub y? Now using kinematics, it is the y component of the velocity at that point. It can be related to the y component of the velocity when the electron enters, which is 0. So u sub y plus the acceleration times the time of flight. So this is 0. Acceleration we already know. Acceleration is given by q times electric field divided by the mass of the electron. And capital T is given by that number. So let's put everything together to get the y component of the velocity at the point of exit. So q is the charge of the electron. Electric field is 6,500. The mass is 9.11 times 10 to the power minus 31 kg. And to that you have to multiply with the time of flight, which is 7.3 times 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. That would give you the following answer for v sub y, 8.34 times 10 to the power 6 meter per second. So there we have it. If this is 8.34 times 10 to the power 6 meter per second, and the x component is given by 8.2 times 10 to the power 6 meter per second, how can we calculate the angle theta? Well, all we need is a little bit of trigonometry. So this is v sub x, and this is v sub y, and that is theta. This is a 90-degree angle. So you see v sub y over v sub x equals to tangent theta. So theta is arctangent of vy over vx. Putting in vy over vx, you get the ratio to be 8.34 over 8.2. This has the same power, so they will cancel out, which will give you an answer of about 45.5 degrees. So that is the answer for part B. So theta equals 45.5 degrees. Now finally part C. How far below the axis will it strike the screen S? That means this entire distance, little l plus little h. So all you have to do now is to determine what that little h is. Now the little h is that distance, the distance from that point to the point where it hits the screen. Now there is a triangle again like that. So this is theta. This distance here is 12 cm, that is this entire distance, and this is h. So again, from trigonometry we can get your h. H over 12 equals tangent theta. Theta is that number, so you can determine your h. H is 12 times tangent theta, which turns out to be 12.2 centimeters. So what that means is the total distance is little l, which is 3 centimeters, plus little h, which is 12.2 centimeters, giving you 15.2 cm. And that solves the problem. Thank you for watching.